All right, welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. Today we're going to talk about a very important principle, which is that order always leads to clarity. Okay, I'll say it again. Order always leads to clarity. Now, I first learned about this. I had a scientist who was here at the gym who was teaching me about liquid crystals. Now, I came across this saying that our bodies or an organization or a community, they're all forms of liquid crystals. Liquid crystals, think LCD display, like on your phone or your TV screen. They have an LCD display, liquid crystal display. These crystals have the ability to adapt and to create order in all kinds of situations. So a regular crystal is like a rock, it's fixed, whereas a liquid crystal has the ability, properties of a liquid, but properties of a crystal, has the ability to adapt and to create order. Now, when these liquid crystals, they go through this process of the first step you have to do to get them to display a picture, to be in order and to be a clear picture, is you have to put a boundary around them. Then you have to create some alignment with the crystals where everything is moving in the same direction. And then finally, the crystals begin to move around, and they have, inside of the boundary, they have the freedom to move around as they see fit. And the crystals, when they begin to move around, they start to get into order. Now, one of the things that happens is when these crystals get in order, then it creates a clear picture. If there is disorder, things are cloudy, things are murky, you can't see a clear picture through them. But when the crystals are in order, everything begins to get clear. Okay, so there's a message hidden here that whenever we get things in order in our life, that we always get an increase in clarity. Okay, so we're talking about mental clarity especially. So for better decision making, seeing which way to go, all these types of things. One of the biggest things we just see a lot of today is people are just confused. They don't know what to do. They don't know which way to go, which direction to take, things like this. So an increase in clarity is a big deal. Now, how do we get this order in our life? Now, the first thing is some steps that I've learned to begin to create order. One of the biggest things you can do is your mental to-do list. So anything that's on your conscience. So you feel like, I've got these things, I need to start doing this, I need to stop doing this. I've got all these little things that I've got to check off my list. Maybe you need to renew a certification. Maybe there's some repairs you need to make around your house. Maybe you need to start exercising. Maybe you need to start eating better. Maybe you need to start tracking your finances. What is on your conscience? What's that thing that keeps coming up over and over again on your conscience? If we can get those things cleared out, those are blocking your ability to have mental clarity. Okay, so that's one of the biggest steps in this, is clearing out anything that's on your conscience that's blocking your ability to get mental clarity. That's one of the big ones. The next one that we usually talk about is forgiveness. Forgiveness can block your mental clarity as well because things are not in order in your relationship. So if you can take some steps to reconcile relationships, usually I talk about forgiving on 3 levels: receiving forgiveness from God, making sure that you forgive yourself, because sometimes we hold on to condemnation against ourselves, which zaps your confidence, and then finally making sure that you reconcile any relationships with other people. You do those 2 things, you reconcile relationships and forgive, and you begin to clear out your conscience. Anything that's on your mental to-do list, all those little things that you need to do that you've been putting off or procrastinating on, start knocking those things off your list, and you're going to find that one by one, as you knock them off, your mental clarity begins to increase. Now, this is an ongoing process because we have relationships with people and relationships with ourselves and God that we need to be continually forgiving, but we also need to be, things get added to your to-do list on a constant basis. We need to be constantly checking these things off of the list. Now, one of the things I've done is I've created a special 40-day program where our goal is to give you an increased sense of clarity so that you have a more clear sense of direction of where you're wanting to go, so that you come out of that 40 days with a 1-year plan of exactly where you're wanting to go. If this is something that you're interested in, it's actually a free program. You can go to danielfoley.net/40-day refresh. And you'll find it there. I'm going to put a link down below the video here as well, but you can find it there, and you can go there and register for the free program. You'll get videos and online courses and daily emails that walks you through this process on helping you get a greater sense of mental clarity.